Boston. The spin-off of Antifa, was attacking police like we saw in Atlanta.
What the fuck?
It turns out that one of the attackers happens to be the son of a Democratic representative. But don't worry, he's trans.
Oh, I'm also a drag performer.
How do you know that you're a man?
How do I know that I'm? I guess because I got a dick.
You are correct, sir. Yes!
I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this is what's next. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy hump day. Jazz Berganzo here. Another What's Next, your daily dose of common sense, facts, and salt. Well, did a video yesterday regarding the attacks in Atlanta. That you had Antifa. All of a sudden, Antifa got bored and, because the cops decided to shoot one of their own who called themselves out as a trans, and cops didn't care because you were attacking cops. And, of course, there were attacks on the weekend. And, of course, 6 were arrested, and the cops got their smackdown on. But we go to Atlanta all the way over to Boston, where we had the spinoff of Antifa attack police. But, interesting twist, it turns out one of the attackers was the son of a Democratic representative. Oh, my. This should be fun. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Democratic whip Katherine Clark's child out on bail after allegedly assaulting police officers. Now, before I get into the story, who is this Katherine Clark? Well, we go to Fox News. Incoming, of course, at the time, whip Clark recalls child waking up with nightmares over climate change. Yes, the Democratic whip is mentally ill. Democratic whip Katherine Clark of Massachusetts on Sunday recalled one of her children waking up with nightmares due to concerns about climate change. Oh, I feel you. Clark made the comment when asked by NBC News anchor Chuck Todd what she, incoming House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, intend to do differently than their leadership predecessors Pelosi and Hoyer. Clark argued that her generation could bring a fresh perspective to Congress because her kids grew up being tormented by the threats of climate change and gun violence. Well, we know that the rotted fruit, doesn't fall far from the tree. Back to the story. Of course, as we saw, the son getting, allegedly assaulting police officer, and of course is out on bail. Surprise. Well, you could tell by that picture right there where we're going. Jared Dowell, the 23-year-old son of House Minority Whip Katherine Clark, appeared in Boston Municipal Court on Monday on charges of assaulting a police officer and vandalizing a monument. Yes, remember, he's suppressed. Dowell pleaded not guilty to the charges and was released after previously posting $500 bail, according to the Boston Globe. The court appearance comes after Dowell was arrested Saturday night in an anti-police protest. During the protest, police discovered Dowell spray painting the historic Parkman Bandstand in the Boston Common with the acronym ACAB, which stands for All Cops Are Bastards. They were in a rush. They just had to put something together real quick because they couldn't use Antifa. And no cop city, according to the Boston Police Department. Conservative radio host Harry Carr shared a copy of the full police report, which detailed the circumstances of the arrest and charges. The report stated officers had been on high alert for anti-police solidarity with Atlanta Forest Defenders protest Saturday. The same destructive rioters, Antifa, tore through Atlanta, as part of a protest against the death of a 26-year-old activist, Manuel Tehran, who, of course, decided to call himself trans, and there we go. Police in Boston counted a roughly 20-person group of protesters in the Common, according to the report. Dowell, who was part of the group and dressed in black ski mask, attempted to flee from an officer by violently flailing his arms, striking the officer, the report stated, noting that the officer was later seen bleeding from his nose and mouth and evaluated at the local hospital. During the arrest, the protesters also began to surround the officers, and someone from the group was screaming, "All cops are bitches," in a megaphone and blocking traffic, according to the report. The report listed multiple charges against Dowell: assault and battery with a police officer, vandalizing historical monument, tagging property, resisting arrest. Now, you would think that those charges alone would get you several nights in prison in the local county popo before getting arraigned and, of course, getting filed. But no. Dow had been ordered to stay away from the comment while the case is pending, per the Globe. So at least we know there's a case. Clark, the number 2 Democrat in the House, confirmed in a statement Sunday night that her daughter, her son who has a mental illness, whom she called Riley, had been arrested. The court and police referred to Dow, who is living as a transgender woman by the name Jared. Last night, my daughter was arrested in Boston, Massachusetts. I love Riley. This is a very difficult time in the cycle of joy and pain in parenting. This will be evaluated by the legal system, and I'm confident in that process. The incident had first been brought to light by an anonymous social media account called Antifa Watch, which monitors the activity of far-left and sometimes violent anti-fascist movement. Antifa. Sometimes violent? No, always violent. It appeared that the child of the Democratic House Whip, Katherine Clark, was arrested for assaulting a police officer as part of the event. What you didn't hear in that story is that when was the last son or daughter of a Republican representative or senator was caught up in garbage and nonsense like this? Yeah, that would be never, to my recollection anyway. But when it comes to the Democrats, it's it's like a daily thing with them. Remember, if you probably asked, if you sat down with Riley, he would tell you that, I'm so oppressed. Climate change. I'm having nightmares. These police are fascist. They're racist. There's always attacking black people. They're killing black youths like they're going out of style. Of course, like one Karen LeBroni James. But is he going to serve any time? Probably not. Why? Look who his mom is. There you go. When you're the son of a prominent Democratic representative, and didn't have to be Democratic whip, could have just been a Democratic representative. Yeah, parents got some pull. So he'll get a fine. He'll get some probation, but he won't serve 1 second in the county popo. But then again, if he did serve any time in the county popo, guaranteed he'd probably be someone's bitch. I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.